Hey, what's up? It's Nakula Daz, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how semen retention makes you a better entrepreneur. And I got my brother from another mother, Mr. Johnny White here, founder of Sexual Kung Fu, co-founder of the Spiritual Bad Boys movement. Johnny, welcome to my channel, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us today. What's going down?
Hey, Nakula, thanks a lot for having me. Always great to connect with you. Yeah, Nakula and I have been great friends for over a year now. We've been, kind of masterminding, sharing our expertise with each other, and just been a great flow this time of exchanging with each other.
Yeah, man. Now, if you guys don't know Johnny, I just want to just give some props and shout outs to him because the only reason that I practice sexual kung fu is because of this guy. He founded sexual kung fu in his own journey, in his own path, and he's become not only a great sexual kung fu teacher to not just myself, but thousands of guys all over the world who are now practicing these techniques and enhancing our life, both in the bedroom as well as outside the bedroom. But you're also a tremendous entrepreneur. You've been able to create some tremendous amounts of success. Your last webinar generated over $70,000 in revenue. How do you feel, man? How do you feel after
It feels
that?
good. I mean, it's like, but it's not like the material success. It's the fact that I'm out here. I'm really on a mission. I'm helping men change their lives, understand the power of their sexual energy. It's like this planet has been so much darkness around our sexuality and understanding the power of it. And really, my mission is to lift that veil and help guys see the power that they have within their own bodies, how to work with that. So that's what's most fulfilling for me is the fact that I'm reaching so many people with this work and hearing all these success stories from my students.
Well, it's really interesting that you say that, and I really appreciate it because I think that when people like, I'll just speak for myself. When I started my first business when I was 17, and it had nothing to do with I want to help people. I was driven solely by like I'm going to get as rich as I possibly can. And I watched a lot of like way too many hip hop videos, and I was like, pretty much, I wanted my life to look like a hip hop video,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And the reality is that like that's entertainment, that's and that is that type of lifestyle. Even if you could mimic it for a weekend or two, is not sustainable. But you talk about like you're on a mission, and I really believe that successful entrepreneurs are mission oriented, not money oriented. I think that people who become more money oriented actually don't really generally find as much success, at least in a holistic way. Even if they're able to attain a lot of money in their life, they generally have a lot of internal problems, whether disease, problems in relationships, and just overall are kind of grumpy. I've met some extremely successful people financially, and they're super grumpy. So in my head, I'm like, I don't want that. That wasn't my definition of success. How has semen retention helped you become a better entrepreneur?
Good question. And this really, yeah, I feel like it all almost comes down to just energy management. It's like for men, our bodies producing semen takes a lot of nutrients, takes a lot of resources from the body to be producing semen. Some people say that, you're spending like a quarter or maybe like a third of your body's energy creating semen because, what is semen? It's the essence of the body. One single sperm can become an entire human being. That's tremendous power, but it doesn't come easily. The body takes all these nutrients, all these enzymes, all these minerals to produce the semen. So by constantly ejaculating it, you're basically throwing your energy down the drain, and it starts to catch up with you after a while. You're not going to be performing at your best when you're at levels of low testosterone, which happens when you're constantly ejaculating, things like that. So by retaining your semen, you're basically stopping a leak. You start to build up all this energy, and now you have much more energy to put into whatever you're doing. And not to mention the willpower that builds doing that, because let's face it, most guys are addicted to porn. They're rubbing one out every day, sitting on a computer. And to change that habit after years and years of doing that every day, that takes tremendous willpower and discipline. And that starts to carry over into the rest of your life. Now you have the willpower and the discipline to be working at your business every day or whatever, and to really bring your presence there in the world. And not to mention the confidence that it builds by doing this, because you're just radiating with sexual energy, your testosterone's high, and you just feel unstoppable basically having all this energy. So it's incredibly valuable for any entrepreneur.
Absolutely. I fully agree. I also want to talk a little bit about the aspect of, well, you first of all, I just want to recap the aspect of willpower, because the reality is to create a successful business or create a successful life is you're going to need a tremendous amounts of willpower to break, old habits. Most of us, like myself and Johnny, we come from very humble backgrounds. Our families are, regular families, like working class people. We're talking the 99% or whatever, we're talking about regular people. And to actually climb out of that or come above that takes a tremendous amount of willpower. And I found that semen retention is just it just grows willpower that we can see ourselves beyond these immediate challenges. The other thing that I noticed, and I'd love to get your insight or your experience of this, is my creativity is like through the roof. When I've noticed on semen retention that just I have so much creativity. I've always generally been a creative person, very ideas oriented, but I just find that my imagination and my creativity when it comes to my business and every aspect of my life really is enhanced. What does semen retention do for our ability to have imagination, creativity, and how does that play back into our businesses and our successful lives?
I think that's a great aspect of semen retention, is the creativity that you tap into by doing it. Sexual energy is creative energy. Everything in the universe is created from sexual energy. We were birthed from orgasms, basically. So when most men never have a full sexual charge in their bodies, again, they feel aroused and they have to immediately get that sexual energy out of their bodies. They can't handle that charge of sexual energy. Well, when you start to, open up your body so you can handle that sexual charge, it starts to drive you. You start to just tap into this creative energy, that sexual energy. I used to be a full-time musician. I still play music part-time. And that was one of the biggest things I noticed was, I used to smoke weed all the time. I thought I had to have weed to be creative, but practicing semen retention was like, no, like I can be completely sober, completely focused and just super creative with all the sexual energy. I just have all these ideas coming in, all these things just flowing through me. So it's just totally amplified my creativity. And that definitely helps you as an entrepreneur or business owner because, you need to be creative. You need to be constantly putting out good content, seeing things from different perspectives, keep improving your business, keep growing your business. And you need a lot of creative energy to do that. And some people burn out because, they can't keep up with these demands of constantly running a business. But for me, practicing semen retention is one of the greatest ways to have that edge, to have more than enough energy, more than enough creative ideas to just keep crushing it.
Yeah, man. And you're definitely crushing it. And we're crushing it with the Spiritual Bad Boys movement. In fact, we're opening up registration again coming up here in February. And we've got a free webinar coming up on February 8th, where we're going to be talking about how to turn your sex drive into success. Johnny, you want to speak a little bit about what guys can expect on that webinar when they attend?
Yeah, well, you'll be learning more about the connection between your sexual energy and the success you are or aren't experiencing in your life. I'll be guiding you through a practice to transmute your sexual energy, get that energy that's building out of your balls, move it through the rest of your body to really get the highest benefits of it. And just different success principles and lots of tools you can immediately implement into your life.
Awesome, guys. The description for the webinar and the link for the webinar is below. Also, make sure that you subscribe to Johnny's YouTube channel, Sexual Kung Fu. I'm going to leave the link to his channel. He's got an amazing channel, tons and tons of videos and information there. So make sure you guys check out his videos and you connect with him. Make sure you register for the webinar. You're not going to want to miss this. Hey, we'll see you on the next video.